Here I will review journal to complete the final exam public speaking and debate course. And the title of the journal is Correlation of Vocabulary Mastery Toward Student Speaking Skill. The first question is the reason why the research was conducted. This research conducted to find out whether there is a correlation between students' vocabulary mastery and students' speaking skills, and the method used in descriptive quantitative using the statistic analysis SPSS 20. And the next question is the problem from this study. The problem is whether there is significant influence or effect between vocabulary mastery towards students' speaking ability. The next question is the author's theoretical framework. Summary, there are some ways of presenting a word meaning. The point first is vocabulary mastery. According to Allen, mastery is skill or knowledge that make one master of a subject. It is someone's skill or knowledge of a subject. And then Richard said, vocabulary is a core component of language proficiency and provides much of the basis for how well learners speak, listen, read, and write. Meanwhile, Harmazide points out without grammar very title can be conveyed, without vocabulary nothing can be conveyed. Meaning that the existence of vocabulary cannot be separated by the existence of language. And then point 2 is aspect of vocabulary. Thornbury, there are some ways of presenting a word meaning, word classes, word families, collocations, synonyms, and antonyms. Word classes is when the words play different roles in a text. They fall into one of each different word classes such as nouns, pronouns, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and determinant. And then is word families. How words may share the same base or root but take different endings. A word family comprises the base word plus its inflection and its common differences. And then is collocation. How words couple up to form compound and how they hang impact in the shape of multi-word units. And then is synonyms. Synonyms is words that share a similar meaning. Thus, all ancient, antique, archaic, altered are all synonyms in that they share the common meaning of not young or new. Synonyms are similar, but seldom the same. And then is antonym. Antonym is word with opposite meanings like old and new. And then point C or point 3. Principle of teaching vocabulary. Griffin said that conducted a series of experiments on vocabulary learning focusing mainly on list learning with a context sentence. And then 3 participle in teaching of vocabulary. The first is what vocabulary to teach, and then how to teach and how to use. The first, what vocabulary to teach. Mire said the vocabulary it means that the learners should initially be taught a productive vocabulary of at least 2,000 high frequency words. It should be based on the student need and experiences. And then is how to teach. How to teach it means in order to teach the vocabulary, teacher need a technique which is appropriate with the student ability and stake which can give maximum result for the student achievement, such as directly demonstrative, paraphrasing, definition, and so on. And the last is how to use. Henley said that learning vocabulary from exposure to text will be greatly facilitated if learners use vocabulary learning strategies. And the last is point D. The nature of speaking skill. Flores Ismaili stated that speaking is an interactive process of construction, meaning that involves producing and receiving and processing information. According to Bailey, speaking is the productive oral skill which consists of producing systematic verbal utterance to convey meaning. Meanwhile, according to this speaking is the process of expressing thought, idea, or feeling in the form of spoken language. Based on the definition above, speaking is the process of conveying meaning, expressing idea and feeling to verbal utterances at any situation and in various contexts. And the next question is the method used by the author. Author used the method descriptive quantitative using the statistic analysis SPSS20. So the sample of this research is taken based on the multiple step method with equal characteristic and probability. And the last question is the author findings and suggestion. From the table in the PPT, table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, based on the result of analysis in the table above, it can be seen that there is a correlation between student vocabulary mastery and student speaking skills measured using product moment correlation by person. The correlation showed the level of significance between vocabulary mastery and speaking skill of the student. It means that there is a positive correlation between those variables. The value of correlation can be described that there is good correlation between those variables, which means if the student have good vocabulary mastery, they will have good speaking ability and better communication. To be fluent in speaking, the learners should understand not only the use of grammar, pronunciation or vocabulary, but also the use of sociolinguistic competence in producing sounds. Therefore, the learner should be able to find out the word's meaning based on the language context. Therefore, it is really important to motivate students to build the vocabulary and have great number of vocabulary in order to be able to speak better. The teacher should provide more practice for the student to build their vocabularies by giving them some vocabularies practice such as word building, word search, and others. So the student will get more understanding of the importance of building their vocabularies. The teacher also should provide the opportunity for the student to practice their English by putting a forum class or other practice for the student communicate with their friends on other people. Okay, that's all review from me. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.